He'll watch a movie, then he'll tell you all about it. It's the Armstrong Entertainment Show.
Hello everyone and welcome to Armstrong Entertainment. This is Chad here and I saw the movie Interstellar. It stars Matthew McConaughey, Anne Hathaway, Jessica Chastain, and is directed by Christopher Nolan. Now, the synopsis of this movie, I could not figure out how to say it without looking it up online because there's so much going on with this movie. Let me just spit it out. So this is what I literally dragged offline. The synopsis is, with our time on Earth coming to an end, a group of explorers use a newly discovered wormhole to surpass the limitations on human space travel and to discover whether or not mankind has a future among the stars. Now that's kind of vague, and I really don't want to give anything away with this movie because I knew barely anything about this movie going in except for what I saw in the previews. That's just how I like to see movies, with little information, just kind of what you see in the previews, and I don't like to know a lot when I go into a film because it's just more interesting that way. You're kind of discovering it as you should in the movie, and that's exactly how I went with this film, and I love it that way. So you should see this movie on IMAX or some sort of big screen. You definitely have to see this movie in the movie theaters because it's like one of those epic movies. It's like Gravity from last year. It doesn't do it justice seeing it on your television at home. You have to see this in a theater for this visual effects, the score by Hans Zimmer. It's just one of those films. Wow, you can see how excited I am because I really like this movie. You just have to see it on the big screen. I didn't see it in IMAX. I saw it at a Lemley theater, but it was great. The quality was great. It's just one of the, you leave the theater thinking, wow, I just saw a movie, like a movie, how they're supposed to be done. There's so much time and energy and just put into this movie. It reminded me of the films of yesteryear. Not that I was around, but just those epic movies. But I digress. Now, I've been hearing mixed things about this film. Certain people loved it so much and they're like, it's the best movie ever, and other people are like, it was okay, it was whatever. So I was so confused of how certain people could love it so much and certain people can't. Now, this film is 3 hours long, and I can see where some people would think it's a little too long. The first hour is pretty much the setup and giving you the backstory and all the extra stuff, and they probably could have shortened that a bit, but I personally enjoyed it. This hours 2 and 3 were the space travel and all the fun stuff. Okay, I'm not ruining anything because obviously you know they go into space, but I was like literally looking at my watch for the wrong reasons. You know, usually you're looking at your watch to say, oh, when is this going to end? I was looking at my watch, I was like, oh my gosh, there's only 2 hours left. Oh, there's only an hour left. There's only 30 minutes left. What are they going to do? How are they going to wrap this up? I wanted it to go an hour longer, personally. I was so invested in the story. I was so interested. I loved it. I thought it was just unique and different. It was supposed to be a Spielberg film, and Christopher Nolan took it over. And you can kind of see that in the film because it felt very Spielberg-y. It reminded me of AI a little bit, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, 2001: Space Odyssey, Star Wars, even Inception. It was like all of these films kind of inspired this film, and it really shows. And I personally like that because I love all those movies. I really don't want to give too much away because I feel like the more blind you are going into the film, the more you'll like it, but just prepare yourself. It's 3 hours long. I honestly would say it's in my top 3 movies of the year so far. I keep seeing all these movies. This 4 movies in a row that I've really, really enjoyed. So definitely go check out Interstellar in the big theater, and it's an experience, and this is a movie you're not going to forget. It's not just like any ordinary movie that you see and a month later you forget about. This is one of those movies that's going to be around for 50 years and get referenced throughout film history. So it's called Interstellar. Go check it out as soon as you can. Until next time.
He'll watch a movie, then he'll tell you all about it. It's the Armstrong Entertainment Show.